Hello. Sorry. Rookie error there. Should know by now. I've done enough of these webinars to not put me off, take myself off mute. Welcome to those of you who are new to Navigate. Welcome to those who know Navigate. You'll see there's a bit of rebranding going on here, and there's more to come with that. But we are still here supporting business owners, and that's what I really love to do. And today we are talking about digital marketing, the tips and tricks that you can implement into your business today. Am I going to give you the full answers that you need into marketing? No, but it should raise some questions, definitely raise some action points for you so that you can actually take away something to implement in your business today. I can see there's a bunch of people still coming in, which is amazing, but it is 1 o'clock on the button. So let me share the screen and let's get cracking with this for you so that you can make good use of your time and your day. So digital marketing, why it matters, tips and tricks is what we're all about today. So let's jump in and have a look at this. So if business needs an accelerator, then the engine of a business is marketing. It takes your prospect on a journey to a destination, which at the end of the day should be to your shop, to your services, to the things that you deliver as a business owner. Whether you're finance brokers, whether you're real estate, whether you're a coach like myself, whether you're an educator, whether you're a lawyer, doesn't matter. All businesses need accelerators, and one of those accelerators, one of those buttons, one of those fuels is marketing. So let's jump into that. For those of you who don't know me, Joanne Brooks, that's me, owned on 15 plus businesses now. As I launched a new one, the Dessert one, my 15th business I launched at the age of 60. So it's never too late, right? Built a business, number of businesses. One of the most standout ones was 0 to 30 million in 18 months. Co-author of a book here, right there in front of me. That's available in the shop if you want it. Love working with industry partners, Small Business Association of Australia, Finance Brokers Association of Australia, Franchise Council of Australia, keynote speaker, motivator, and as you know, love talking about business to business owners and been doing that for a long time. So let's jump into a little bit more from this. So who is this tutorial webinar aimed at? So it's business owners who feel that their marketing is not effective and possibly a hot mess, or just not getting it to where you need it to be. And you're looking for some small pointers of how you can improve that. Maybe you don't like marketing. I know I remember a conversation I had with a business owner a while ago, and he said, I actually hate marketing. And my suggestion to them was, do you actually hate it, or is it that you don't necessarily quite understand what it's all about? And I suspect that was more the answer. It was more the piece. So the intent of this, as I said, is not to give you all the details, because marketing is a complex and complicated and has some very narrow specialists in it. SEO, digital marketing, doing the ads, doing the posts, writing the copy. So many elements to marketing that there's no way I can cover this in this 30 to 45 minute tutorial. Can't do that. But what I will do is raise some awareness for you. You will have an idea of the things you need to move forward for and take action. I'm going to give you a couple of hacks that might help you get things done quickly in your day. And then potentially give you a better sense of when you outsource it, what you need to ask for, and to know that when they give you their reports, etc., that you know that you're getting the ROI that you need. That maybe you're struggling to get things done each day. And as I said, I'm going to give you some hacks here. And so, looking for some strategies to grow and scale your business. So that's who this is for. Obviously, you've signed up, so you feel that. And look, we're looking for a transformation in all businesses. It's a very big piece that's coming as a part of the rebranding of Navigate. It's about transformation, because it works like this. When you understand the fundamentals of marketing, you can make great decisions to implement your marketing strategy, to upskill, to outsource, to delegate. There is no way you can do those things if you don't understand the elements of marketing. Now, I'm not suggesting you need to be an SEO expert by any means, but understand what it is, what it means, and what you should be looking for. Because when that happens, you can surround yourself with people who will implement your marketing strategy. Oh, look, there's a terrible spelling mistake there, and manage outcomes. And when you do this, you have the right mindset to create a clear pathway to audacious growth levels. That's a big word. By effective marketing. You can take back control of your business and build a growing and sustainable business. And that's what we want for you. because transformation works like this. If it's not working to date, why do you continue? I know I was talking to a lady about a month ago, and she was sharing with me that her marketing spend for her business was $4,000 a month. And what she saw as an outcome of that was a sale of one product worth $5,000, and that was continually happening each month. And clearly that is not working. And so she needs to change it. And at that point, she hadn't turned it off or made any changes, because the marketing starts with you. It's about how you speak about your business and how you share your business. So how often are you on lives? Are you doing videos? Are you writing blogs? Are you sharing your expertise? Because this fits into the big picture for you, right? Everybody, I don't know everybody's individual business, but I'm sure that all of you want to create a legacy, want to build a certain lifestyle, potentially maybe you even want to give back. None of that will happen unless you grow your team, and that team will be your marketing team. So that's what's important. Yeah, because we're going to state the bleeding obvious here, because digital marketing will make you and your business more accessible to your customers, which means more eyes on your products and more money in your pocket. Now, we are unashamedly here. We exist for a purpose. Yes, we've got big goals, big purpose. We've got legacy pieces. We've got impact things that we want to do, but we're here to make money. You know what? And unashamedly, Navigate will talk about that. We're here to make money. Why else would you be in business other than, as I said, setting aside your bigger purpose, your biggest why, your legacy piece? It has to make money. Unless you're a charity or not-for-profit, it still needs to make money to cover the expenses of operating the business. So, but do you need to make profit? So the very first thing that I often talk about, we hear about, the number of times I speak to customers and I say to them, so who's your market? Well, everybody. Oh man, that really puts a shudder in my gut. I have to say to you, your efforts will work best when it's relevant. If you create content for everyone, in other words, for as everyone, you're not creating it for anyone. So, one of the first things that I did, as I said, I've just going through a rebranding piece, and that virtual background that you see there with the new Navigate logo up there is literally, the ink is wet. It was established literally 2 days ago, and you can see it's not updated on this slide deck. That's how new it is. The first thing I did before I even considered a rebrand was look at my avatar, my prospect, my persona. Who am I talking to? So buyer personas bring you two sets of information. It helps you to understand how you can help them and what will make them care about it. So when you can talk to that particular pain point that they have, that you have a solution to their pain point and it makes sense to them, you will capture their attention. When you do this broad brush marketing, you're going to find it really hard and difficult to capture anyone's attention because you're not speaking to anyone specifically in regards to their pain point. So a really important piece here for you, action item for you today, really know your customer. I've often been heard to say, if you're at a football match, or if you're in a large shopping center, or even a concert, and there is a field of people, I want you to be able to go, I can see my customer here, 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 and here, because I know what they're feeling. I know what they think. I know how they walk. I know what their circumstances are. I know how to connect to them. That's the level of detail you need to know who your prospect is for your marketing activities. Otherwise, you are doing this scattergun approach, and you might have some success, but you won't have the success you could get if you narrow the conversation down to really speaking to, you almost want your customer to go, who's been watching me? How do they know what I'm thinking? That's the level. That's how you want to grab their attention. I've just got a question here. So do we get a copy? Yes, absolutely, Robinson. Everybody who attends and all registers will get an email with a link to the recording. So all good. And there'll be some little gifts thrown into that email as well. So thank you for asking that. If I can ask anybody, most welcome to give me questions and pop them in the chat. They're just a little bit easier for me to spot when they come in. But anyway, thank you for asking that question. So once you know who your customer is, you need to know where they're hanging out. Look, I actually don't care. I know I was speaking to a salesperson, it would have been last year, and he was talking about his marketing activities. And I said to him, so where are you hanging out? Where do you go find your customers? Well, I don't like LinkedIn, so I don't go there. Do you know what? Your customers don't care that you don't like LinkedIn. Your customers care that you are where they are hanging out. So it's not what platform you prefer. It is where your customers prefer to hang out. So that's why it's really important to know who your customer is, because if they're, for example, stay-at-home mums, and they're engrossed in what's going on with their family and their children and their lifestyle, and they've got, they're your customer, it is pretty unlikely you're going to find them on LinkedIn. Most likely you'll find them on Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, or Facebook. And let me just see, there's another, awesome, great. Thanks, Robinson. So you need to, this is the level of detail, where are your customers hanging out? How do you find that out? Well, just jolly well go and look on those platforms. And if you don't have a profile on those platforms, go and get them. If you look at Navigate, we've got them across everything. The works, even TikTok. I don't quite get TikTok, but it's there and it survives, and we're on Pinterest and all those sort of things. So, you can find that out really easily by just going onto that platform, seeing what groups are there, seeing what the conversations are that's going on. And again, you need to know who your customer is so you can identify them on those platforms. So nobody cares that you don't like maybe some of those platforms. It's more important that you care that you know where your customers are hanging out. So go find them. That's a super important piece. So as I said to you, Navigate, we're across all platforms, and it can be challenging to do the posts and the ads and all that sort of stuff across all those platforms if I didn't have access to one or more of these types of platforms. So, the beautiful thing is, now let me just be really clear here. All of these platforms I've used, some of them I still use today. None of them do we have any commercial arrangement with that because we're talking about it, that we get some sort of kickback for it. Absolutely not. It's just that we've used these platforms. We know they'll serve you well. So Canva, I'm going to be I'm its biggest fan, I have to say. I create these presentations in Canva. I could present it out of Canva, but I actually export it into PowerPoint and pop it out. But you can see the quality of the images, and it's just a beautiful platform. But Canva has scheduling capabilities, so does HubSpot, Buffer, Later. This one here is MailChimp, Lumenly, ActiveCampaign, MailChimp. So many of them, no, that's Hootsuite, sorry, that's Hootsuite. So many of them enable you to post across all your social channels at the same time. They're all in one spot. Create your social media posts and ads, and then you can upload them into these pieces of software, and they will schedule out as far ahead of time as you wish, 6 months, a year. If you're really productive and you want to schedule a whole lot, you can do it. And you're probably going to say to me, oh man, here's another cost, Joanne. Actually, no, they all have a free version. They all have a free version. And they want you to experience their platforms and use them. So don't use an excuse of no time, no money. You have to make the time to work out which one's going to serve you the best. So I said, I use Canva. I'm in it every single day. I create documents. I create all the imagery for all the collateral for Navigate, all the other things that I do. I create posts, videos, GIFs, presentations, profiles, you name it, I can do it in Canva. Logos, everything. I created the new logo. What you see here is all being done in Canva. It's just a bit of a favorite, one of mine. I could talk for hours. We use ActiveCampaign as a customer relationship management system. It takes a lot of heavy lifting of all the amazing emails that I send to you guys once a week, once a fortnight. That is all done in ActiveCampaign. A lot of the design is done in Canva. So don't make it an excuse that it's going to cost you money. Yes, you have to spend some time on it. And the lovely thing is they're all very easy to use. They all have an amazing video library of how to use them. And, you know, one of the things that you could do is you could hop on their social media channels to work out how to do it. But, you know, there's so many in the Navigate Biz community. If you belong to the Facebook group, I'm sure you will find somebody in there. If you put in a post to say, you know, this is the Biz Nation Facebook group, if you popped a comment in there, can anybody help me with whatever, HubSpot, whatever, I'm sure you'll find someone in there who can give you some support on that and just give you a few pointers. I can do that for you if you need to reach out. So multiple platforms is what's going to make it easier for you. So let's talk on, this is a bit of a speed dating piece on marketing, because I want to make sure that I stick to the time frame. So we're going to look at your content strategy. This is about what are you actually creating to put out to your forward-facing customers. So, you know, the thing that you need to be aware of is, what do you want to achieve in your marketing? So what's your goal? Do you want direct sales or just conversations? Do you want to add to your database, increase traffic? Do you just want to build your brand? Do you want to create queries for your business? Do you want to engage past and current students? As I said, or is it brand awareness and building a community? You need to be clear about why and what is the outcome you expect out of the activity that you do. If you look at the various things that I do on Navigate today, there's one activity that I do regularly, which is just sharing my expertise. There's a bit of a soft call to action to say, look, if you want to talk more, direct message down here, and I'm happy to chat. There are other ones that it's talking about a product, promoting it, looking for people to buy it. That's a sales activity, absolutely. The blogs, the EDMs, it's updating, it's giving you information, it's building your awareness, it's brand and community. So I know precisely the different activities I'm going to do is what I'm thinking about. What is the goal? What is the outcome I'm expecting through my activity? So you need to be really clear about that. There's no point you doing an ad and at the end of the ad, you've got no call to action to buy. Now, I've seen that, and I just feel like, oh, you poor buggers, you spent money. Nobody's going to buy because you haven't asked them to buy anything from you. It's just an education piece. You're sharing your expertise, because that's equally as important as the sales activities. One of the things about content is content buckets. Now, this is a really great exercise for you to do, and this is definitely an action item for you to do today. You can see in the second last line here, I want you to write down 50 things of areas of your business that you are an expert. Oh, there's some typos here again. Goodness me, I need to fix that. I did create this a few months ago, but I clearly didn't quality check it. My apologies for that. So this might seem a little bit daunting. I know a number of Navigate clients have done this, and they take about an hour the first time, writing down 50 things that you know about the things in your business. And let's say, for an example, we're talking about a cafe, and you might think, oh gosh, 50 things, what are we going to talk about there? How many beans in a latte, the history of coffee machines, an article about the expertise and the story of the business owner as to why they started their business. What's the secret recipe for the muffin that they sell, the secret recipe they have for holding events, how to make a latte, a cappuccino, macchiato, and all those things. I don't know how to do those things. What are the things that they can share? Like, there's so many things. What made them choose the location they did? Because it was important to get traffic, all these sort of things related to the business, but maybe not directly related. Think about all the areas that you know. Now, I know customers of ours who've done it the first time took an hour. The next time when they had the hour, they actually wrote more than 50 new things. So the reason we do that is, think about this: 50 areas of expertise, about 50 weeks in the year. Suddenly you've got content to speak about for every week of the year going forward. That's an enormous amount of content, and you need to be consistent in your content. So what I want you to think about then is, well, what parts of the content, you need to put them into buckets. So let's have a look at, I don't have it here. So it could be under education, fun, history, heads up, 10 tops to do this, how to. So that the buckets relate to the type of content, not whether it's a video or a still, but is it meant to be entertaining, inspiring, educating, top tips, how-tos. When you got your 50, I would do it in a spreadsheet, put in my 50, and then I put the headings they sit under, and you just move them to where they all sit. And then you can go, okay, well, I've got a nice spread, and always one should be sales. Always one should be sales. Never forget the sales one. Entertainment, inspire, education, sales, top tips, how-to. There you go. You could come up with 7 buckets, and that way you could do one every day if you wanted to. Or you could just do one each week, a different type, but make sure you weave through the sales more regularly. Put that into a spreadsheet, a document, because the biggest challenge a lot of people have is, I don't know what to write about. But if you've written down 50 things that you know about your business, about how you grow your business or how you talk to your customers, the service that you bring, the testimonies, whatever, those things, that then gives you 50 topics to talk about. And as I said, if you're going to do it weekly, well, then voila, you've got 50 topics already determined. And I have to say, I do that at the beginning of the year. I've got a calendar that has all the things I want to talk about for every week of this year. And it just makes my life easier. I go, I don't have to think about it. All right, go to my calendar. Oh, yeah, that one. I'm going to talk about that. And off I go. And I'm going to show you some other hacks about how you can do this really quickly. So watch out for that bit. Make sure you research your keywords. This is Keywords Everywhere. That's a little logo, which is an extension you can put on your browser. Use that. It's really handy. But make sure you understand what keywords you should be using and weaving through all your external facing material. And that's websites, posts, social media, blogs, everything, brochures, everything should have your keywords wrapped around into your collateral. So Keywords Everywhere, this thing here, when you go and research service that you offer on your browser. So if I searched business mentoring and I type that in on the side of my browser, it will, using this keywords thing, it will give me the most popular keywords that are currently being searched around that topic. That just gives you insight. Oh, well, I'm going to use that phrase, weave it all through my collateral, and I know it's going to capture people's attention. That's as simple as that. And it makes life really easy. So make sure you do that and you weave those words through all your material. So what you should start with is blogging ideas. As I said, you've got your list of 50, all those items is a blog idea for you. And I'm going to show you in a little bit about how you can create one piece of content and it will actually slice and dice into about 20 different pieces. So that's pretty jolly cool, right? So let's jump into that in a minute. Use your CRM to send EDMs. Now, there's a lot of acronyms there. Does anybody know what CRM stands for? And does anybody know what EDMs stand for? I'd be interested to know on the chat if you know what those terms mean. Sadly, a lot of small business owners do not have a CRM. And I actually fail to know or understand how you manage your customers. Customer relationship management system. We use Active Campaign. There's HubSpot. There's Infusionsoft. That's now called Keep. There's just so many. It's not funny. And EDMs is electronic direct mail outs. Now, do I have? I'm just thinking about no. On those systems, there are so many that you could use. Salesforce, HubSpot, I said, MailChimp, Active Campaign, Nimble, Keep, Infusionsoft. So many out there. There is more and more coming to market than you can believe. Why would you use a CRM? Well, the lovely thing is it gathers all the information about your customers. You can then store in there what their birthday is, what they bought, what they didn't buy, why did they buy, how long they've been a customer, the things that they like, the things that they don't like, when they've read an EDM, when they didn't open an EDM, when they unsubscribed, when they subscribed. All this behavior that you can look at it and go, there's a trend happening here. I need to send an EDM to everybody's got a birthday on the 10th of October, for example, and that can easily do it. And it emails everybody. So everybody that receives one of our EDMs from I do that out of Active Campaign. As you will have noticed, there's lots of ability to put pictures. You can put videos, you can put call to actions, you can put links. It's just a wonderful way to nurture and engage your customers. So if you don't have a CRM, your action point today is to go and find one. that serves the purpose. As I said, they all start for free. I can promise you they do. And the lovely thing is, all these CRMs have an amazing library of videos of how to implement their system and to build its capacity. You will start using as you have more customers in there. Now, that's a quality problem. If you've got a lot of customers, that means the income's coming in. That means you'll be in a position to pay for it. To give you context and an example, active campaign for us at Navigate with not a large customer database in there. I think we're sitting at around 2,500 customers sitting in there. And that costs us, I saw the bill just yesterday, Australian dollars, I'm going to say $185 a month. Now that's very achievable even for Navigate, for many, many businesses. Like if you have 500 people, I think it pulls down to maybe $90 a month. But the capability of the ability to share announcements, to celebrate wins, to celebrate birthdays, promote new products, you know, I'm going to use the CRM later today to send out the send out an email of the recording of this webinar to you all. And in it will be some gifts that you can click on download. Your CRM allows you to do that really easily. And the CRMs check to make sure that it meets the privacy laws, the scamming and spamming laws, all that sort of stuff. Checks that all for you before it goes out. So you know with confidence that it's not going to, most likely not going to go to your junk mail. I do know that Navigate does, because something we can't change is we have a number 8 in our email, in our name. And that, we found out, often puts our emails into junk. So if you don't want our emails to go to your junk, I would love for you to save our contact details on your Outlook or on your computer so that it doesn't throw it into junk. Just, you know, that's a little favor. Would be lovely if you did that. All righty. One of the things you have to get comfortable with is getting on this thing, getting on video. There is nothing more authentic and real than your customers seeing you on video. Now, if anybody of you follow me or Navigate on social media, you will see that this morning I did a live on a camera, sitting in a room that's in my house, all set up with lights and everything. It would have been a video of about 5 minutes, maybe 7. Super, super simple. I used a special social media camera. You don't need one to do this. You can use your phone. And it went to Facebook, all the Facebook pages, the LinkedIn pages, into Vimeo, so I can pick it up and put it into YouTube. I also then, as I was getting a coffee, I did a quick video of a similar sort of content. And there it is, me talking as I'm waiting for my coffee to be made. And I put it out on, again, on Facebook and LinkedIn, Instagram. And that video was about 2.5 minutes. Was it something I was comfortable with from the beginning? No. And will you be? Possibly not. So what you can do is practice at home, practice in the safety of your premises. Don't post it live. Like the video that I did on here was not a live video. I had saved it on the phone as a video, then I uploaded it and popped it out. But I did do a live on the other camera in the other room in the house here, and that went live. And, you know, sometimes I make a bleeper. I don't say the thing that I meant to say. I might lose my train of thought and I stumble. And sometimes I swear because it just felt right at the time. And you know what? That's okay, because that means it's me, it's real. Everybody gets me, warts and all. You know, there's no BS with Joanne. So if being on video is something you're not overly comfortable with, just practice at home. Don't do it live. Now, the one thing I will say that as a caveat, if you are doing the videos to practice to get it to be perfect, it will be an endless cycle. I had this conversation in a networking event just the other night, and we were talking about getting on video, and somebody pointed out, he said, when I don't do it as a live, I might do 20 takes and I get frustrated because it's not exactly how I want it to be. I'm not going to use the word perfect. It's not exactly how I want it to be. But he said, when I do it on a live, well, it's gone, it's out there, and so what? You know, if we fumbled a bit, you just keep going. And I actually completely agree with that. Yes, practice for a little bit just to get, you know, where do I need to have the camera? Which way do I have it? Because every platform's going to need a different way that the phone needs to be orientated. So you might need to play around with that to to check what works for you and for the platform you're going to put it on. But you know what? Do a couple of practices, get used to it, get yourself a tripod, and then just go do it live. Just go do it live, because your clients will love nothing better than seeing you for real. And I don't care what business you're in, cafe, broker, bookkeeper, lawyer, doctor, I don't care what business you have, your customers need to see your face. They need to see your face. The last thing I like to see on anybody's website, social media, are stock images, stock video, and I'm going, what do you look like? Who are you? Because, you know, we all have potentially heard the like, know, and trust piece that comes with business relationships and building your database and building collaboration, partnerships, and those sort of things. Like, know, and trust is very important. The most authentic way you can do that, if you can't meet them face to face, get on video. Start sharing what you do on video. Now, if you go to Navigate's YouTube channel, it has an abundance of videos in there, and I would love for you to subscribe and follow us on Navigate on YouTube, because I'm constantly uploading videos in there weekly. Got a little bit of updating to do over the last 2 weeks. I haven't got them into there yet, but they will be there. There could be about 50, 60 videos in there. All I'm doing in those videos, and it's through the lives, is sharing my expertise and occasionally a hard upsell, but often it's just a soft upsell to say, reach out to me, connect with me on a mentor minute. We can have some free mentoring and I can guide you. So get yourself comfortable and practice being on video. I'd love to see on the chat of those of you who do actually do video. I'd love to hear it. So, you know, there's lots of different ways that you can connect on social media, and it really is about engagement, right? So there's so many ways to do it on social media. And the lovely thing is, you know, if I refer back to Canva, it can do all these types of things in here. Your platforms, their Facebook, what am I trying to say? Instagram, they all do it. Polls, reels, questions, surveys, infographics, anything that you can create that the person's got to click or swipe or do anything to react on the screen. Use that as within the mix of the marketing that you do, because that adds to your engagement metrics, gets you further up the polls and, you know, engagement levels. And then, you know, you're connecting with your audience. You know, I know we did a poll one time to say, who are the co-founders of Navigate, and had Nix and my name there and just some random people. Did we really care that people knew who the co-founders were? No, we were looking through a bit of a fun way for people to engage on that poll. And, you know, that actually showed us that we were connecting with our audience. So, you know, you can just do some fun things as well, right? All righty. So, you know, the things that are super important for you in regards to systems is your CRM. Look, Google Analytics is free. Do we all understand it immediately? No, but make use of it and teach yourself, learn. Like, I know, if there's anybody heard of Google Education, that is an enormous Google platform educating you on all manners Google. And it includes analytics, SEO, all those things. There's an enormous library of free education videos that tell you how to do that. You know, you might have a system here and a system there, and you want to get them to talk to one another, right? Well, Zapier is a great platform that does that. We use Zapier. I've got it on a very low budget, but, you know, it enables me, for example, when you registered in Zoom for this webinar, Zapier came into play. They went, oh, Sally Jones is registered, push that information directly into my customer relationship management system. I didn't need to enter Sally Jones's name in there and that she was attending this particular webinar and this is her phone number and yada, yada. It just pushed it through very nicely. It's a very cost-effective system, but it just takes there's a lot of automation going on here. That is what, you know, for me, the biggest thing that's important for me is high tech, high touch. What system can I use to take the pressure off me doing something manually, but still enable me to provide a high human connection to my customers? So use the platforms, look at the analytics, that you understand what's going on, and wherever you can, jump into automation to make life easier for you. You know, you've got to pull it together. You've got to, you've worked out who your customer is. You need to know where they're hanging out. When you know your customer and what pain point, what solution you're going to bring, then you got to work out, well, what am I going to talk about? My 50 things. What's my strategy? What is this item going to be? A post? Is this going to be a reel? Is this going to be an infographic? Is this going to be a poll? All those things are coming into play. So you can use Canva to help you work out that strategy, a CRM to manage all the moving parts to your actual strategy. All these things come into play. Look at your SEO, know what your keywords are. There's lots of information I'm throwing at you here, and I'm deliberately doing it fast, but I'm going to show you some tips. This is the biggest hack that I can give you as one massive takeaway. So if you can't scribble this down quickly, grab a screenshot, particularly that Jasper link down the bottom that's specific to me. Let me walk you through. For those of you who've been around a number of my webinars for over the last few years, you'll see I've repeatedly spoken about this, and I will continue to repeatedly speak about this. So let's say you now got comfortable with the video, and you're going to do a video on your phone. So you've got your tripod, you've got your phone, right? All ready to rock and roll. But it'd be great if I could get it, the Word version, the transcript of it. Well, you can. A couple of ways. You can use Otter, and I haven't spelt it wrong. It is AI because it's artificial intelligence. It's definitely that. Otter is free for everybody to start with, and you will get 10 hours of recording per month. I had to think about that. 10 hours of recording every month. That's a lot of video. That's a lot of transcription. That's bloody, I've never expanded past those 10 hours. So let's think about this. Phone on a tripod ready to record your video. Otter is open on your desktop, and so you can do it all here in the office where you're working. Phone's ready to record. I've got my remote control to go. I'm talking. I've told Otter to start transcribing, and I do my 2.5-minute video, whatever topic, doesn't matter what it is. You've now got a video. Otter will pump out for you an audio recording and the transcription, typing it up. Now, Otter transcription is not perfect. It doesn't deal so well with accents and those people like us who talk fast. So I tend to endeavor to talk a bit slower. But that's free. So you now have 3 versions of the one content. If you've got a marketing company working for you and you gave them a video, an audio, and a transcript, I can guarantee you they can slice and dice that into about 20 pieces: a reel, a post, a blog, a series of posts, a series of reels and videos, a series of audios with some other imagery sitting around, a little bit of a video going on. If you don't want to do Otter, you can simply just use Microsoft Word or Google Words, Google Docs. See this lovely dictate button? Can't tell you how many people who've used Word for years or Google Docs for years never noticed that. It's on every version, even the free versions. Open Word, click dictate, don't touch your keyboard. It will transcribe everything you say. I have often used either Otter or Word to write my book, to write blogs, to write emails. The lovely thing, if you've got Microsoft Office, that dictate button is also available in Outlook. You can get so much done. So I find sometimes the keyboard gets in my way, but often, excuse me, I'm going to have to grab a drink of water. Often Microsoft Word will take pressure out of me trying to get the typing right because I can't spell terribly well. My fingers can't. The next one sitting on here is a thing called Jasper. Now, this is a paid piece, and it costs me about $90 Australian a month. I use Jasper every single day. Excuse me. You can see here on this image, frameworks, emails, website, blog, ads, and on it goes. I use this every day. I might have an idea. Let's talk about, you've got 50 items you want to talk about that you're an expert in, right? You can use Jasper, and I used this the other day to create a long form white paper document. I put in the topic. It created a summary for me. I put in what tone of voice I wanted and what keywords I wanted in there. It created an introduction paragraph. I'll pop that over there. And then I said to it, tell me some items tell me 5 things to talk about. And it gave me a list of 10 for me to choose. And it just kept creating. probably within about 10 minutes, I had a blog that was a white paper that had about 1,900 words to it. It sounded like me. It's all using artificial intelligence. I'll say to you, I know the person who I employed previously is not listening to this. She was a copywriter for me, amazing, wonderful lady, and she went on to do different things. But it was at Christmas time last year, and I thought, you know what, I don't want to employ somebody so close to Christmas because I want some time off. What can I find to help me with my copywriting? And I found Jasper, and I've never looked back. So use it every day to write my product descriptions, my website SEO content, my blogs. It improves the written content we've already got. It writes emails, it writes ads. You can see all that. For $90 a month, I have shared this probably now with hundreds of people. Use that code there. That's a referral code that I've generated to give to you. Grab it, go and check it out. It doesn't have a free version, but I can promise you every person I have shared this platform with have been blown away about how much time it saves, because it will create the content for you. And look, it's even got the SEO there. It creates the transcript for videos. It just does an abundance of things. And I'm all about, as I said, high tech, high touch. It's got my tone of voice nailed now because I've been using it now for more than a year, or nearly a year. And it's efficient. I get it done really, really quickly. And we are all about how do we get things done quickly. The number of people who have shared this with their marketing company and say, I want you to use that because I'm paying you per hour. I want you to use that. We'll tell you what we want to talk about. You go and manage it. Or employers who've got a staff member who does this, and their productivity has skyrocketed. So if anything you do today, go and take a screenshot of that and check it out. That is the fastest that I could possibly do this. And I know I'm around about 40 minutes in, so I'm pretty much at the end. So what did we cover today? Knowing the importance of who your customer is. Content marketing increases engagement, is a great lead generation tool. Plan it. Write a blog as your centerpiece. Search your keywords. Get on the camera. Use technology as much as you possibly can. And your homework, write 50 things. Go and search a CRM. Check out Jasper and Otter, and go and look at Microsoft Word or Google Docs and look for that dictation tool. That is your homework today. And I trust that you got a lot out of that. So I'm really appreciative that you've hung around to listen to me. My offer to you, I'm not selling you anything, is that QR code there will give you free mentoring for me for 30 minutes. And I want to connect with you. I want you to have a conversation with me, because you might be thinking, well, this is great information. I'm not really sure how I'm going to implement it. I'm a bit lost. Let's just catch up, have a conversation. Free mentoring with me, worth about $500. I promise you, you'll get something out of it. Because it's important to me that you actually do get something out of every interaction with me. Your recording will be on its way to you within 24 hours. Attached to it will be some free tools that I'm going to share with you so that you can actually get going with some of your marketing. I'm going to give you my profiling tool, which helps you define your customer avatar. I'm going to send you that as a free tool, normally for sale on our website. So now we're open for questions. I'm going to give, it's 1:43. Let's take it through to 1:45, 2 minutes. This is quick speed dating questions. If you have a question, please ask me. As I've got here, the only silly one is the one you do not ask. And I would love to hear. So right, somebody's just popped it into the Q&A. CPD points will we? Yes, if you have registered as a member of the Finance Brokers Association of Australia, I will send you the code to claim your CPD points. I know that's important for you guys, so I will also be sending that through. For those of you who've told me, like when you registered, you need to have put in there that you are a member of the Finance Brokers Association of Australia. Hopefully you did that, Robinson. So and any of the other members of the FBAA here. So any questions? Looking to make sure, what did you get out of it? What action item are you going to take today as a result of this tutorial. The last thing I want you to do is to do nothing. That's not respectful of your time, and it's not respectful of mine. So I really want to make sure that you've got something that you can actually implement, and that you've got some ideas of what moving forward looks like for you. So please pop it in the chat so I can see it. I'd love to see it. I don't see anything at this point, and we're 1 minute left to go before I close this off. Always a bit of a, as I said, a speed tutorial here, but it's just, respectful of your time to make sure that you can get on with your day, but also to have something to take away. So I'm just going to sit here, grab a quick drink of hot water, because that's the best thing I can do. And I'm sitting here waiting to see if you have any questions. So you're all still sitting there, so which is great. So maybe I've answered all the questions. I'm just going to stop the share. And bring up Zoom again. Any questions? Can't see them. You're all here, which is amazing, but slowly stepping away, which is fine. What can I answer? What did you learn out of today? Well, 1:45, excuse me. 1:45, we're on the button. I'm going to love you and leave you. You have an awesome day. I'll be back here this time or ish next month. You have a wonderful day. Thank you for popping in, and do reach out and let's have a mentor minute with you, see where we can take you and help you build your business. You have an awesome day. Take care.